Hello Tokusatsu community and welcome back to Toku Topics. Happy Christmas Eve! And in the spirit of the holidays, I have decided to do a little fun Tokusatsu Christmas related video here for the channel today. So, while tomorrow is the actual holiday itself of Christmas, I figured, Christmas Eve is close enough. So let's go ahead and do this fun video that I thought of a couple weeks ago and figured, it'd be kind of a cool way to take a look back at these types of toys and also, have something Christmassy for the channel. So, first of all, grab your hot chocolate. This is not hot chocolate, this is just chocolate milk in a cup. There's wrapping paper in the background, so that's how you know it's Christmas. And I got a Christmas ride watch right here. So tier lists out there, they're out there for so many different things. And if I did a Lightning Collection iceberg video the other day, then why not get it on the tier list trend on YouTube? So today I'm going to be ranking all of the Christmas Tokusatsu gimmicks that are packaged with those special Christmas cakes that they sell in Japan at this time of the year for both Sentai and for Rider. Now these have been a thing for a very good amount of time at this point, but only relatively recently, and I mean nearly 10 years at this point, they've been doing Christmas themed gimmick items with these cakes. But not every single time here. For example, cakes like Forze actually came with a clear version of the rocket switch, and that's no fun. And then you had things like Sentai seasons that did not have gimmicks, like Go Busters and Kyuranger, which didn't come with a gimmick item, that came with like another little toy. Like Kyuranger came with this little replica of Machine Fire and such like that. But for the shows that had gimmicks, so I'm talking Kyutama, Ride Watches, Full Bottles, Progress Keys, Ranger Keys, kind of, they all had a Christmas themed version of their gimmick that was packaged with these cakes here. And sometimes they're pretty fun, other times they're not as fun, so that's what we're going to rank today here. But before we get started, first of all, I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine in the Tokusatsu community, Hawkillies, because I've seen that he's posted a lot of tier list Tokusatsu related videos on his channel, so he will be linked down in the description below, so be sure to check that out. And I also want to give a huge shout out to another good friend of mine in the Tokusatsu community who provides a great service for us, the Kotetsu Toys owner himself, Taka, because not only is his store fantastic, and you should definitely use it during the holidays to get someone that you know who is a big Tokusatsu fan some sort of Toku toy, but a lot of the pictures for these, actually, the best quality images come from listings on his site. So you're going to be seeing pictures from his site there, so I wanted to make sure to give credit where credit is due. Alright, I got them all laid out down here at the bottom of the screen here, and we're going to go through all of them in chronological order and rank them where they belong. So first up, the earliest one on this list would be the Gokai Christmas Ranger Key, which kind of is cheating. It was not packaged with one of the Christmas cakes in a traditional way that all of these other gimmicks were, but it came out in both the Gashapon line and the Candy Toy line, with one of them being the Candy Toy Legends set version that was a repaint of, I think, the Gokai Red Key, and then the Gashapon one was a repaint of the Gokai Green Key. I might have them flipped around, but one of them was a repaint of red, one of them was a repaint of green. And it's not like the greatest Christmas gimmick. It doesn't unlock any new sounds. It doesn't unlock a Merry Christmas sound like a lot of these do. So, for that reason, of course I'm going to probably have to rank it S tier because it is a Ranger Key. Did you really think I was going to put it anywhere else? So I think next up we have Kamen Rider Wizard, who had the Christmas Wizard Ring, which was a pretty cool looking one. It was a, one of the spell kind of rings, so it has a Christmas tree and a dragon kind of wrapped around it. I like it. It makes a Merry Christmas sound on the Wizard Driver. It's not, the most Christmassy in colors. A lot of these are green and red, as you can see at the bottom of the screen here, which, hey, that's pretty fitting for the holidays, I'd say. So, I don't know, it's not the best one. It was kind of the first Kamen Rider Christmas gimmick, so I kind of like it for that regard, because it did kind of set a whole trend here. But, I don't know, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab it, and we'll put it at a C tier. It did start something, right? It has some sort of merit. Let's look at the next one here from Kyuranger. We have the Kyuranger Judenchi, which was a translucent green one with the Kyuranger symbols on there. Gotta love Kyuranger merchandise, gotta love the Judenchi. I like that gimmick. I don't exactly recall that much about this one, to be perfectly honest with you. B tier. Alright, so we have the Christmas Lock Seed, which on the front just says Xmas. Which, I don't know, that just kind of makes me laugh for some reason. They replaced the LS07 with just Xmas. I don't know, it just seems so kind of in your face. It's get it? It's Christmas? You happy? whatever. So the inside of it's kind of cool. It has like Christmas decorations with the lock seat and everything. A lot of these, which I also should mention, which I guess I already kind of did with Gokai Christmas, were Candy Toy or Gashapon level qualities of the gimmicks. So they were already lower quality gimmicks to begin with. So you really needed to pack a punch to make them something memorable. And we're going to give that one a D tier. We got to put a D tier something somewhere, right? So we have the ToQger Christmas Resha here. And yeah, I don't know. There's two vehicles here, and one really does it for me, which we're about to get to. And one does not really do it for me, which is the one we're on. So the ToQger Resha just has kind of a green kind of tint to part of it, kind of a green paint application a little bit. And it just says Xmas on the side again. So just like the Christmas lock seed. Well, you know, if I gave the Christmas lock seed, no, actually, that's good enough to rate that to C and that to D. That's what we're gonna do here. That's justifiable enough on that regard. Moving on to the next one here, we have the Holy Christmas Shift Car. This one's pretty sweet. So while the front of it is just an exact replica of the Shift Speed, which they used so many different times during the Drive toy line, the back is a completely new piece for Santa's sleigh to be attached to the Shift Car, which doesn't really make much sense. They basically just removed the like back windshield and just turned it into a sleigh. But hey, good on them. They did something neat. They could have just painted the color or the car in like green colors or something, kind of make it look like the Shift Wild Technic Speed car that we got, where there was some green added into the Shift car here and there. They could have just done something that simple, but they did not. They actually went through the effort of putting the whole molded sleigh and everything like that. So that is absolutely an A tier Christmas gimmick right there, if you tell me. And I think the next thing would be from Kamen Rider Ghost. So Kamen Rider Ghost had the Santa Claus ghost icon, which is incredible for numerous reasons. So first of all, shout out to the Kamen Rider Ghost toy line. All of the icons that we got to see, regardless if they appeared on screen or not, actually got like Gambarizing designs that actually showed what the Damashis would have looked like if Ghost used them as an actual form, Santa Claus included. But also, it has the weird, dark implication that Santa Claus is dead? Kinda? Because ghost icons were like the souls of dead historical people. So by that logic, Santa Claus is dead in the Kamen Rider universe? Kinda? I don't know. But then again, like, there was ones based off of Kamen Riders and they weren't regarded as dead, so I guess he would fall into like that kind of category. I don't know, either way, it's a really fun one. I like the face, you know, having the, you know, the Christmas tree and everything like that. I thought the ghost faces were really unique and fun. This is like a unique icon, so I really like it for a lot of reasons. So I'm gonna give it an S tier. I really like this one a lot. I need to track this one down. Along with a lot of these, I only have a couple things. Right here is where I would do one for Kamen Rider Ex-Aid, but unfortunately, there wasn't one, which is kind of strange because Christmas and Ex-Aid have a very infamous thing that go alongside each other. So there was no like Christmas gas shot or anything. Instead, the cake that year came with like a Christmas-themed Buddha Basol, which was seen in the episode, the infamous episode of Christmas for Ex-Aid, but we never got a Christmas gas shot. So the next time we got a gimmick, it ended up coming in the form of Kyuranger. So Kyuranger got a gimmick this time around from going back to Sentai, and this was the Christmas Kyutama, which I like this one a lot as well. It does have Christmas colors to it. It's one of the rare Kyutama that is not just a silver trim with like a different, you know, color in the center sphere, I suppose, or in the globe. So the actual like rim of the globe is a different color, this time being a metallic green, which really pops. So I'm going to give this one a B tier. I like it. I think it's a good one. So now we head back over to Kamen Rider for the only season that had two of them, kind of. So Kamen Rider Build, as you know, a lot of his forms, or all of his forms really, involve two full bottles to make a best match. So for Christmas, they had to make two full bottles to make a best match. But the way that they did it was they actually released the Cake full bottle a couple months before Christmas as a Candy Toy and Gashapon exclusive, the only Candy Toy and Gashapon exclusive from like the main 60 full bottles that are like divided between the three different nations. What came with the cake was the Santa Claus full bottle. So you have a cool little like SC because you have Santa and cake on the sticker, which could also be like Santa Claus. So I think I'll give the Santa Claus full bottle an A and a cake full bottle a B because, you know, it didn't come with the cake. It's still really good though. Alright, so next up we have the Christmas Dial Fighter from Lupinranger vs. Ranger. A continuing trend of only Lupinranger getting focused on toys in that show. We only have a Christmas-themed version of one of the Lupinrangers mecha, and not the Rangers here. So of course this is a repaint of the Dial Fighter, or the red Dial Fighter, and everything like that. It's not bad, it's just a repaint. The only things that really make it Christmassy, besides the repaint factor of it, is the stickers that say Xmas and stuff once again. I wish the top hat, and I know it's not a top hat, but the little dial on there I wish would have been changed a little bit. Maybe make it look a little bit more like a Santa hat or something. Add some like white fluffiness to it or something. Just do something to the actual sculpt. They've done better. I'm going to make it a C tier. It's not quite a D tier, which, sorry Russia that you're all the way down there at D tier, but I don't know, you just didn't do it for me. Hey, so the one that's up next is the one that I have right here. It's the Christmas Ride Watch. So as you can see, it has like a nice foily sticker, it's Christmas colors and such like that. It's just a candy toy styled ride watch, or Gashapon styled I believe actually as well. Yeah, it's nothing too fancy there, but I do like that it's one of the few ride watches we got in this format that actually is facing like this direction for that slot of the Jiku driver, because you know, a vast majority of them were Legend Rider ride watches that fit on the other slot. I really like ride watches, they're my favorite Kamen Rider gimmick, but I think to be fair, I think I'm going to have to give it a C here. It's not the best. Next up we have the Christmas Ryusou. It's an A tier. It's really good. It looks fantastic. I don't really have that much else to even say about it. I love the white design of it, the kind of like snow looking design. The little Christmas tree he's holding instead of a sword. That's fantastic. The really pretty hollow foil sticker. The actual like, what is it, soul mode? I get. Well, that's the soul mode. Whatever the other mode is, you know, before you flip the hinge of it. That looks good. They remolded that a little bit and everything. Alright, so all we have left here is some of the more modern Christmas gimmicks, starting with the Christmas Progress Key from 01. Yet another version of Rising Hopper, though that is to be expected. It is, you know, a Christmassy version of the main rider's base form gimmick item. I like this one as well. I like the translucent green. Definitely makes that stand out, as most Progress Keys are like a translucent gray. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think I'm willing to give this one like a B tier. I know it's not going to have like the greatest speaker quality, because it is a Gashapon candy toy style one. But at least I think that the candy toy, Gashapon like style of that one was not as horrible speaker quality as some of these other ones are for that quality of a gimmick release item. So moving back over to Sentai. Well, actually, we got to go back to Rider again because there was not one for Kyuranger. That's where they got the little machine fire. So I guess we have the Happy Brave Dragon, which is a candy toy / Gashapon style, which of course it is, which means it doesn't have any electronics inside and really only does look different, really. I don't even think the sounds were that crazily different or anything like that. This one spawned like a whole subline of like happy versions. We got happy versions of like almost all of the main Riders books throughout the Gashapon and candy toy line to go along with this one for some reason. Really all it does, because Brave Dragon's already red, is just add green to it, you know, to have that Christmas kind of, you know, dual colorness to it. And they just kind of changed the artwork by like photoshopping a hat onto the dragon. Which, hey, don't get me wrong, I love seeing a little hat on a dragon, but it's probably the worst Rider run. And we had to give something else to, you know, sit next to the Tokusastu here, because he was all by himself. And with that, that brings us to our most recent gimmick items that just came out in Japan this current week, because, well, it's Christmas now. So we have the Christmas Vi Stamp, which is a repaint of the regular Rex Vi Stamp. And this is a candy toy style Vi Stamp, which just recently like released their first set, so we finally got to see how Vi Stamps are being handled in the candy toy line. The answer is not very well, but it gets the job done somewhat. They did change the bottom of the stamp, kind of. They didn't change the actual like shape of the stamp, so it doesn't like make a new picture on the Revice driver or anything like that, but they like tampograph some sticker detailing or like some word detailing in there, which, okay, it's not like the greatest thing, but you know, I like the color scheme of it, but meh. Which I know is kind of what I've said for like a lot of these, and I don't mean to like hate on these Christmas gimmicks that much or anything like that. It's not terrible, it's not, but I'm gonna put it in a C tier. Which leaves us with the final gimmick, the Christmas Sentai gear, which is actually something I have on pre-order right now. I'm waiting for Collectibles to ship it out because I collected all the Sentai gears, and this one's pretty good. I really like this one a lot. I like the Christmas colorness to it. You know, you would have thought that like a red and green Sentai gear would have been for Christmas, which obviously this is red and green, But like a lot more of a red and green one is the Saber Sentai gear we got a couple months ago. That one is a very Christmassy colored one. So this one here has yellow in the background instead of the black behind Zenkaiser. I like the difference where it doesn't just have 45 and it actually has like, you know, a date for Christmas. That's pretty cool. But this one's pretty cool. I like it a lot. And honestly, I'm gonna give it an S tier. I think they really nailed it with this one. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much my ranking there. What do you guys think of that ranking? I think it's a pretty good one. I think maybe some of these maybe I ranked a little too low. Like, did I rate that lock seat a little too low? I don't know. It was fun though. So once again, I'm going to leave a link in the description below to both Hawkillies, so be able to check out his channel for all of his other tier list videos, and Kotetsu Toys, since a lot of the pictures came from him. So be sure to help him out and, you know, support his store. I'd love to hear your guys' ranking in the comments below of your favorite Christmas Tokusatsu gimmicks. Do you have any of these? They're not, it depends on the year. Sometimes they become really rare and are hard to track down for a good price, and other times they don't. I have a couple. I have the Ride Watch, I have the full bottles, I have the Ranger Key, and I'm about to get to the Sentai gear, but that's all I have. I don't have any of the other ones, but there are other ones that I very much would like to track down, and maybe I will someday. These are fun that they do this every year, and it's a fun little tradition to look forward to every time we get a new Rider or Sentai gimmick item. It's usually at this point a pretty good, you know, safe bet that they're going to do a Christmas version of it. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all have a happy holidays. Enjoy your Christmas Eve. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas tomorrow, or any holiday that you're celebrating, or, you know, and you have a good day if you're not celebrating any holidays or anything like that. It's been one real fun ride on the channel this year. I cannot thank you know, guys enough for how fun I had making videos for you guys and interacting with you guys in 2021. We still got a couple more days left in the year, and I still got a couple more videos out in the pipeline, so be sure to stay tuned for those. But of course, until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LiveRangerKey or at LightningFigPR. And I'll see you all next time.